Hello everyone. Today we are going to delve into the Bank of Italy's paper, Gender Quotas, Board Diversity and Spillover Effects, Evidence from Italian Banks by Silvia Del Prete, Giulio Papini, and Marco Tonello. The authors analysed the 2011 Italian gender quota law, which required listed companies, including banks, and state-owned firms to ensure minimum gender representation in both boards of directors and supervisory boards.
In fact, board diversity is a multifaceted issue. On the one hand, it can improve decision-making processes by broadening the range of opinions, experiences, and perspectives, while reducing groupthink and herd behavior that may hinder a proper assessment of risks and opportunities. On the other hand, greater diversity can generate non-negligible costs, such as higher coordination costs, lower cooperation, and communication difficulties.
The underrepresentation of women on boards has led many countries to intervene, especially since the early 2000s. Some have adopted mandatory quotas, such as Norway, France, Spain, and Italy, while others have relied on recommendations, as in the United Kingdom and the United States.
Despite their spread, quotas remain a controversial tool. Supporters emphasize their effectiveness in rebalancing opportunities in contexts marked by systemic barriers and persistent stereotypes. Critics, instead, argue that underrepresentation primarily reflects individual choices rather than discrimination, and that equalizing outcomes rather than opportunities risks introducing less qualified individuals with potentially negative effects on firm performance.
The empirical evidence in the banking sector is still scarce. In this respect, the study by Del Prete, Papini, and Tonello is highly relevant. Its strength lies in assessing both the direct effects of the law and its possible indirect effects in the banking sector using administrative data from 2008 to 2019. The dimensions of diversity considered are not limited to gender, but also include age, tenure, and geographical origin, all linked to supervisory data on bank performance and risk.
The findings show that the law effectively increased women's representation on the boards of listed banks. Yet, only in boards of directors did diversity expand beyond the gender component. Targeted banks complied without adopting evasive strategies such as adjusting board size or delisting. However, no spillover effects were observed in other banks belonging to the same listed groups, confirming that cultural change takes time.
Interestingly, the law turned out to be neutral in terms of performance. It neither penalised nor enhanced bank economic outcomes. This aspect is crucial as it challenges the assumption of a trade-off between equality and efficiency.
The policy implications are significant. The 2021 10 years extension of the law, coupled with the increase of the quota to 40%, reflects the awareness that gender balance might otherwise fail to consolidate. Moreover, the limited spillover effects suggest the need to broaden the scope of mandatory quotas. Finally, to foster a truly inclusive culture, quotas should be complemented with tools that promote diversity at intermediate managerial levels, helping to spread gender-sensitive practices up to senior positions.
In conclusion, the Italian case shows that gender quotas in banking boards improved representation without compromising performance. The experience thus indicates that, at least in this sector, equality and efficiency can coexist. Thank you all for listening.